Hello everyone and welcome back to Boater Unboxes Something. This is actually going to be the first in a series, not all about unboxings, so that's what the first one is, but it's going to be a series on building a new computer, talking a little bit about the build, as well as preparing a room in my house to actually be usable. And it should be a kind of a fun, it's a spring project that I'm working on and I kind of want to share with you guys. So what I'm going to be unboxing today is a Commodore 64x Barebones. If you're interested in what that is, and you're interested in seeing what it looks like, then join me. Let's open this up and see what we got. Okay, I'm gonna open up the box and we're gonna do it in such a way that the shipping label isn't seen. So this I got from a forum user, I believe going by the name of Kremlar, on the Lemon64 forums. It's lemon64.com, I believe. And it's a forum about Commodore 64s, mostly about the classic hardware, software, everything like that. These people that still have these old machines from 30 years ago. Me, I have some nostalgia for the form factor, but not necessarily, I enjoyed playing on it, whatever, but I wouldn't want a classic Commodore to play on. However, a few years ago, there was a company that made the original Commodore look, the computer built into the keyboard and everything like that, but sold it with modern components and modern operating system. Wow, that's pretty cool. And eventually they also sold what was called the Barebones. And that's just the case that you can then build your own computer into. Now that went out of business probably like 2012, 2013 at the absolute latest. But a lot of them are still circulating. Kremlar had a ton. I contacted him, I bought one off of him. Last I knew, I'm pretty sure him. If it's the same person that's on the return address label, pretty sure it's a him. If not, I'm sorry for the assumption. But went to buy one off of him, and he still had a bunch just that he had gotten in bulk, and he's selling those off. So I consider myself pretty lucky to get one when I was like, okay, I kind of want to do this. I saw it, I was able to contact him. So I'm going to contact him, make sure it's okay. And if so, I'll provide a link down in the description for the forum and his username. So if you're interested in one, you can contact him directly. Obviously, if you're watching this far out in the future, then may not necessarily be available. So, send it to me in a box, and inside the box is the back of the box, the front of the box. Commodore 64 personal computer. So it looks like it's the same box that ships with all levels of the computer, whether you got bare bones, ultimate, whatever. I'm looking on the back and includes Ubuntu 10.10 Desktop Edition. Again, this is the bare bones edition. This has no hardware inside of it, no motherboard, no processor, nothing like that. This is just the case. Looking at it just like that, I probably overpaid, but part of it is the novelty of what it is, and I'm kind of excited to open this up. Box is in great condition, and has that classic feel to it. It looks, you can see where it'd be a modern box, but just that feels just retro enough. Commodore 64, mechanical cherry switches, DVD or Blu-ray option, card reader with USB slot, upgradable motherboard, just basically all the stuff on the sides. Model, processor, again. But again, all of that is if I got it with hardware built into it. I did not, we got bare bones. So we're gonna open this up. Oh, yes. That is what I'm talking about. Nicely packed into the box, but at this point we're looking at the Commodore 64 USA packing here. All right, so here's the case. We've got, there's a power button right up here, and the feel of the switches, I don't know that it's necessarily the same as how the Commodores were back in the old days. Again, I haven't touched an actual Commodore 64 in decades. Had one when I was younger, don't have one anymore. But just to hear it for a second. Oh, that spacebar. Like, it's still like a nice mechanical clicky feel that I really like. And the layout is, as far as looks, very similar to the original. I don't know that there was necessarily internet, email, buttons and such on the side, media keys and all that, but using these to great effect. I'm not sure what they were in the original, but we got the Commodore logo over here instead of what would be like the Windows key or something. Yeah, that's really cool feeling. Taller than I remember, but that's, you know, what it has to be in order to fit a computer inside there. Speaking of which, we're gonna pop off the top over here. We've got the lead from the power button right here, which I was warned was ridiculously long, and sure enough, as well as the lead from the keyboard. This is probably going to plug into a USB header on our motherboard. So we're gonna set that to the side. And then down here, we find how we're going to start building this. So this is a mini ITX form factor. The motherboard goes right here. There's room for a disk drive over here. There's a lot of good recommendations for a bracket where you can fit a laptop size hard drive or an SSD in with a disk drive. So I'll be looking into that. Potentially getting a disk drive there, kind of looking, still kind of piecing together what I need. Room for a 40mm fan. And then over here we've just got all the screws and such that can let's put it all together. There's a spare Commodore emblem and a couple of slightly metallic like serial number badges. Yeah, that one's seen a few wrinkles there, but like that's, you know, the serial number. Like all of this, warranty void if removed. I could attach that if I want to get cheeky. A spare Commodore emblem. One of the things I'm thinking about is maybe doing an external disk drive, and I could attach that just to make it feel a little more unified. Depends on what I find. But yeah, I mean, aside from one of the little silver serial number things being a little bent, this thing is in pristine condition. Again, he got them in bulk and has been selling them off one by one on eBay, or if you direct message through that forum. If you're interested, again, I'm going to check that it's okay with him, that I provide a link, but I've already kind of mentioned my name and the forum name, so. But he was totally cool. Like, I hadn't posted on the forum at all, and I was like, hey, so I signed up specifically to get this. Are you, you know, is that cool? And he was like, yeah, sure, by all means. And friendly and all that. So I'm looking forward to this. So this video series is going to be me talking about getting some of the components, putting some of it together, building this computer, a mini ITX build, which I haven't done before, but I'm excited for, and putting together a computer for a craft room. The other part of this series is going to be clearing out our basement to be that craft room, so that I can, you know, stream my Perly Bead stuff, which, if I remember, there's a little icon up here that will lead to a time lapse from my last time that I did that, but I had to like rearrange my computer room just to do that, and made it a little unusable for a while. So I'd like to have a separate room where I can do that. We can do our Perly Bead creation, we can do costuming, everything like that in a separate room. We've always talked about doing it, and I got this computer partially as an excuse to do something over there, so now I actually have to follow through on that. So I'm really excited for this build. I'm excited to get a craft room going, and I'm kind of excited to bring you guys along with me. So if you have any questions about the C64x Barebones, I will try to answer, but there's a thread in the chit chat subsection of the Lemon 64 boards, where you can talk about it, ask questions. This is not properly a Commodore, original hardware and everything like that. It's relegated to like an off forum, but it's still very informative. A lot of people that know what they're doing, know what they're talking about. I'm not really going to take chances with this. I'm not going to explore the motherboard on my own like I did when I was building my own PC. This is simply going to be what has worked for other people, and I will do that for myself. So I'm excited to do this. I'm excited to do that downstairs, get that room going, and I'm excited to bring you all along with me. So if you have questions, You can ask, you can go on the forum, whatever. If you want to see more, you can subscribe. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.com/builderbug, and support me at Patreon.com/builderbug. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one, and I will see you next time.